not a music. I love that. I actually did that today, like last week. Well, this week in stream, I kind of like I kept saying muted by accident. It was not. I kept my mic muted by accident, and that was not the goal. So yeah, I'm sorry that happened. I took off the noise gate to see if like the audio sounds better. We'll see though. Um, there's gonna be feedback because there's always noise and stuff like that. My PC and yeah, me clicking stuff. So, this is not gonna be a series of things. I just wanted to talk about kind of Final Fantasy because like somebody I know is very much in playing free to play right now, and they're not really happy because of the fact that like they aren't. Well, let me explain first what is the difference between free to play Final Fantasy and kind of the essential. What do you call it? Like the actual like pay to. Well, don't really pay to win. It's just kind of free to play and kind of just the hey, I am paying for the game essentially or paying for a subscription. So when it comes to free to play, you have I believe it's like to 60. You can level to level 60, so you can get pretty far on Fantasy, which means you can level up every job that goes up to that expansion pack for 60. So that means you can do a lot. The only difference is you can't really PM anybody for good reason. In my speculation, it's because of the fact that like there are bots. They don't want you to spam people if it's just a bunch of free to play bots, whatever. So it's most likely that. So you can't mess with people. You can't add anybody. They have to add you. Because again, you're not really paying for the game. It's really just a social aspect. You can't really get into the game, so you can't join FCs and stuff. Um, then you have the you pay for the subscription version, which is everything. Obviously, the expansion you paid for, but you can do social stuff and everything else the game has to offer. Have everything essentially besides like the pre-order for Dawn Trail because I haven't done that as of yet because I'm lazy and I rather just get it when it comes out. I should probably buy it because always pre-order stuff. So, what is the so now there is the thing of like what exactly do you get, right? What do you get for what do I want to say? What do you get for this like to play this? Like what happens playing this game? Um, really a lot. There's a lot of stuff that happens with the game that you can actually enjoy. There's a lot of story aspects that are really good. Um, there's a lot of trials, which are basically like 8 man um, kind of fight against one boss essentially. And then you have the raids, which is a bunch of different alliances. You have alliance raids as well, but which includes you essentially doing kind of a gauntlet if you know what a raid is. It's like you usually fight. It's usually like three. You have some ads in between, but usually it's just three different boss fights with ads sprinkled in the middle to make it so well you can kind of rest from a boss fight. But the boss fights should never really take that long. It shouldn't truthfully as everybody's leveled. They're really fun. I actually did one this weekend after a very long stint of not trying raids because again at the end of the day right now all I'm focused on is getting all of my jobs done and leveled up to max. And if you can see right here, I have a lot of it done. Like I literally, okay, no, you're not seeing shit. So these are all jobs. They're called jobs in Final Fantasy 14. It is a class within jobs, but truthfully speaking, we call them jobs here. Um, classes are kind of like your roles essentially. Um, so your role is essentially tank, healer, physical, and then DPS. They all kind of mesh together. As you can probably tell, there's stuff that is actually grayed out. These are things I haven't really unlocked yet because I'm waiting to finish everything off before I unlock it. Um, Paladin's really good. Where, like again, I did all my tanks, all my healers, and why would I do this? What is the point of having a? Oh, and that's also a good thing compared to a lot of different other RPGs, where it's like you have to usually create a different character to play a different class or job, like class essentially. Final Fantasy, you don't really have that. You literally can play everything on one character, so there's really no need. But what if my other friend is on a different server? Well, in all total, in all total, that makes no sense. In actuality, you can actually do that. You can jump to another data center, which is what we call servers essentially. You jump to another data center with the same character. If you do want to move there, it will cost you a fee to actually move data centers like permanently. So that way, that data center is your home. But if you just want to move to go see a friend or to go to an event in that data center, you can actually do that. It usually only takes a couple minutes. I actually did that earlier to see said person who is in free trial right now. And again, it doesn't take long at all. It's very easy. Just right click on your character, which I didn't know that was how you did it. Like I said, I haven't done it before because I didn't really need to. So that was a fun endeavor to actually get used to. Um, Next thing is like, is it worth it? Like, is the game worth it? Yeah. This is my main game. Like, this is very much my main MMO. Like, I don't really play anything else. I started playing this game in college like years ago. I have stopped. I'm not really one of the MMO people who are like, I will like play every day, all my no. I come back. I very much have a healthy relationship with Final Fantasy 14. I leave. I need to repair all my gear as well. Um, I leave basically. I come back for an expansion, and I play a bit. And it wasn't until last expansion, which is Endwalker, before it actually came out, I decided to actually play more before the game came out, and I got my Ozma mount, which Ozma mount is this big spherical, the Demi Ozma. I love it. It's amazing. Cool. Because there's a bunch of content you actually can get to. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm leveling all my jobs right now. So I'm trying to finish everything off. Once I'm done with Machinist, which is the job that's currently on my character right now, I will go to Dancer to finish off physical range DPS. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to melee DPS. Which the good thing is, I was very smart with my leveling. And the reason why I said I was very smart, look at this. One, there is a lot of jobs that came from ARR. ARR, which is The Realm Reborn, which is the original expansion. Well, the first expansion, I guess, Final Fantasy 14. But by saying that, it means that all these jobs start at 1. Any job after that usually starts at a different level. So you have Paladin, starts at 1. Warrior, then you have White Mage, Scholar, which ones? Bard, Machinist, Monk, and Dragoon, and Ninja, and Black Mage, Summoner. All these jobs that I just mentioned start at 1. Level 1, you have to level it all the way to 90. I made sure that I leveled it all the way to 90 so I wouldn't have to do anything. Let's get to the jobs. Other jobs, right? Astrologian starts at 30, along with Dark Knight and Machinist, if I'm not no, it's not Machinist. It's what is it Machinist? It might be Machinist actually. That actually sounds about right. Yeah, it's Machinist. Yes, that and take cool. Alright, next job start at 60 or is it 50? I don't remember. It might be 50. I think it's I feel like it's 60, but I don't remember. I'm going off my no, it is 50. So it's Gunbreaker and then Dancer. I believe Samurai starts at 60 and then Reaper starts at 70. So this is why I leveled it up as a sort of way because I wanted to get all of the kind of low level stuff out the way. Again, leveling at 50 is trash because it's best to show you what I mean by leveling up 50 is trash. So here's all the dungeons you could possibly do. Again, there's a lot more. There's a second tab for just the last expansion. But these are level 50 dungeons, as you can see. But it means you have 51, 53, 55. You have all these dungeons to do. Now, if we go to my favorite, which now I'm going to have to talk about other stuff. So leveling up. How do you want to level up in this game? Because there's a lot of different ways to actually grind, essentially, for your jobs. One's Eureka, which is a kind of zone that you have to go in, which is also how you get the Demi Ozma. A lot of people do like leveling up. It's more... I don't really know how to explain it because you don't really go in as your level. Like, say you're level 70. You don't go on to level 70. You have your own essential level in Eureka. So you have to kind of learn how to do all that. It's its own weird instance. I don't recommend it. I didn't like it. It's a lot more grindy than I like. But I also don't really like grinding, even though I am grinding in this video game. So I can't really say a lot. So you have that. You also have your daily roulettes. So basically this. All of this stuff right here, this is your daily roulettes. You do your roulettes, essentially. It's still daily because you do it every day, and it refreshes every day. That's why most people call it your daily roulettes instead of duty roulettes. So you have a bunch that is mainly for leveling. You have the 50, 60, 70, 80 dungeons. Pretty good for leveling since it's a dungeon. You're leveling the roulette, which can give you a good amount of levels depending on what you get. Trials don't really give you much XP, so it kind of just makes no sense to do it unless you want to do it for another way to get XP, which I'm going to explain in a bit. You have main scenario, which gives you a good amount of XP. Alliance raids and normal raids don't really give you much XP at all. If you do want to do an alliance raids, normal raids can give you. I got nothing yesterday when I was getting to like 81, and then you got front lines, which gives you a massive amount of XP. And there's also something called I think it's not Google's book. It is a book essentially. There is a way to. Do I still have it in my inventory? Is a question. Because knowing me, I did. Yeah, the Wondrous Tales book, which if you solve them, again, mine is expired, as it says, because I don't really do them. You have to do certain things like trials or dungeons, and if you complete them, you get like a weird kind of bingo essentially card that you fill out and try to kind of match everything together. And if you get it right, you get matches that can also give you certain bonuses essentially towards your thing. Again, if mine wasn't expired, I'd actually be able to show you. As you can probably tell, there's another way to level up, which I didn't explain, which is why I was like, it's kind of bad. So, there's a thing called Trust, or Duty Support. Now, Trust is only really available for you of 71 or 81, which means basically endgame. So, Trusts are a way to kind of play with your NPCs. There's another way to level up with your NPCs as well, which is your. I love how I started talking about this, and I'm very much forgetting everything. Which is your squadrons, which is a group of a company of people you put together, and you level up yourselves. They're kind of unknown people inside the game because again they are recruits, and you're basically making your own army or kind of mercenary band essentially to level up with and make them strong while you're also becoming strong with them. But trusts are truly a good way leveling up. You can also level up your trust as well. So that means, hey, all these named NPCs can also level up with you. By leveling up, you also can put them in different attires, so making them change and look kind of differently as they go along during our runs, which is what I've been doing, trying to get everybody to 80. As you can tell, almost there. We have one more person, which is Stinian, who is also part of the story. So if you really want to get into the story and see exactly who Stinian is about, join Final Fantasy 14 right now. I am not sponsored, by the way. And the way I usually play about the game, which is the easier one, which is Duty Support. Duty Support, unlike Trust, actually, it's still the same way. You still play with NPCs. But the thing is, the beauty of it is that you can start from 15, which means you can run the Duty Support as low as 15 and kind of grow through it. Now, the reason why I say 50 sucks, because if you go to Heaven's Sword right here, no, I think it's 60. 60 sucks ass. So here's the thing, right? You have 53, which means you have... Oh, no, it still sucks, though. So that means once you get to 50, you have to level up 3 times. You only have one dungeon, really, to level up. Or, yeah, one dungeon, which is level 44 dungeon. Which is bad, because that means you're highly over-leveled for a dungeon. No, the Howling Eye is a trial. It's a one enemy. So you only really have the Stone Vigil. To level up in, which is level 41 dungeon, and you have to use that all the way to 53, which is really bad. I would say just do your duty roulettes and hope for the best. to just get to 53, and then you should be alright, and then you can just run through all the way from 53 to level up twice every time. 61 also sucks as well, since it's literally 61 and you have to level up 4 times before you even get to the level 65 dungeon. These are 2 levels I kind of dread and hate because of that factor. Is like it just makes you level up and grind a lot more, and you don't really have. Why am I not moving? Hello, there you go. I was like, and it just sucks because of that. You can tell I grind a lot in this game. Is it worth me grinding this much? Not really. Now, why do I do this grind? What is the purpose of this grind, essentially? Why am I even remotely leveling up the jobs I need to, like, I'm leveling up, essentially? Why am I doing everything? And truthfully, it's just for I'm out. And also just because of the fact that, like, if I didn't start grinding, I didn't realize how easy tank was, or I haven't really realized, oh cool, this DPS class is actually pretty fun. This DPS class really sucks ass, or this tank class is so boring. And I wouldn't have known that. And also, it's very easy for me to, like, play these jobs. Now, is it worth it when it comes to running content and learning? Can you learn exactly what these jobs do? Yes, you can. You can actually do that. A lot of people don't really want you to kind of play a duty support or trust when it comes to running side content as a tank or a healer, because at the end of the day, they believe that you're not going to learn exactly what your job does. Now, here's the thing. I started this game as, like, I think, like a ninja, and then I basically just became a healer main, and I've just been healing for everything, so going from healer to tank wasn't really hard for me because I already dealt with the stress of being a healer in the game. And then I played tank, and I was like, this is the easiest, this is the easiest thing in my life. And then the thing was, I only really played tank and, like, duty support and duty roulette. But then I needed healing, like, I needed more XP, so I went into my daily roulettes and I actually tanked for people. And it was the easiest thing in my life. It wasn't like a skip to beat. I knew the dungeons already because, again, I'm running these dungeons basically 10, 15 times because of how many times I have to run it for each job to even get to the next level. So I'm already, like, I know most of these dungeons by heart. So it's not like I can't tank it. Also, every dungeon I've done is mapped. Which, again, as a tank, you should know. You should have everything mapped. Because that way it makes life easier if you can just run through and not kind of get lost. So that's really the thing. Well, like, yeah, I don't know. I can't really tell you if it's worth your time or not. To even, like, to buy the game, yeah. If you really want to get MMO with good story, I would definitely buy it. With a pretty good community. Like, I also, there's never not a, like, if you buy it, you're going to get recommend to FC, which is, again, our guilds essentially in this game. If you really, my FC, as you can probably tell, is now, I have battles selected instead of general because my FC is always talking. And I didn't really want them to kind of be shown on the video. There's nothing, again, it's a PG-13, like, FC. There's nothing bad at all when it comes to, like, their talking, but still, I'll give them some privacy. But yeah, like I said, it's a fun game to play. I do enjoy it. Again, I'll be better once I once I get everything done. I don't know if I'll show you them out once I get it. You may see it. Like, how do I might do a video of how I feel essentially after getting every combat job. Because again, like I said, it's combat jobs done at 80. Because the thing is, like, I mean, to 90. It's like, well, even once you get it done, are you actually done with it? Truthfully, no. Because at the end of the day, the newest patch is going to come out called Dawn Trail, which is going to put the limit, the kind of combat, the limit level up. So it means it's going to go from 90 to 100, which means I'm going to have to level up all these jobs again to 100 if I want to. Again, I already have the mount by then, hopefully, because again, I only really have 3 jobs left. I am planning to get this to 90 by the end of the day, so I'm not going to sleep until this is 90. And I'll start on Dancer so I can fill off the rain support, and then basically just going, I only have 2 left. Again, I'm going to try to get as much done on Sunday for this, so if I get to 70 or 80, and I'll just basically push it. Next week, I'll try to do 3 levels again, which will eat up on my Honkai time to try to get my characters. But in opinion, like, here's the thing, if I can get this done as fast as possible, and then I can just focus on Honkai, I feel like that's a better effort than anything else. Because then I can just give all my time to Honkai, get who I want to, and kind of just save up or just not play. No, and then just basically level up my characters with the free time I have. But yeah, I'm just trying to get all the stuff done. But yeah, it's a fun game. I really didn't really have much planned to talk about today besides the initial free to play versus paying for a sub. They both have their benefits. Again, there's more benefits from just paying for a sub. It's like $14. Yeah, I think it's $14 a month for a sub. But again, you still have to pay for the game, pay for all the expansions. So it kind of adds up. But once you get the expansions, again, it's just 14 a month. I think just when people, you know, can't really pay 14 a month for a game, makes sense. I don't like always, unless I know I'm paying, like going to play the game, I don't keep my sub. Uh, so I can't like on tour. I kept my sub because of the fact that like I knew I was gonna come back, um, like within like 3 weeks. So I was like, cool. I didn't know at the start that I was just going to quit that tour, but like I knew that I was gonna come back anyway, so I kept my sub. But again, you don't have to keep a sub if you know if you want to take a break from the game. You can take a break from the game. The game's not going anywhere. Like at the end of the day, an MMO is not going anywhere because unless it actually like you know quits. Like what ff14 is not going anywhere. WoW's not going anywhere. I doubt Guild Wars is going anywhere. I don't know anything about Lost Ark, and I don't think most people would call it like MMO. But yeah, truthfully speaking, all I do, and the reason why I can say I take breaks from this game, and also just is because of the fact that like I do enjoy playing other games. I do enjoy playing other solo games, which is why I'm not really much a kind of ff14 content creator, even though I have put in a bunch of hours into this game. I still play it to this day. Because at the end of the day, I want to play other games. I do want to explore kind of everything any other game has to offer. And I feel like you should do that. I feel like nobody should be kind of constrained to one game, especially in MMO, because yeah, you're getting the same. And at the end of the day, you can do all this content. Like you will have a ton of content, but that content's there, unless it's like a limited time event, which they do have in ff14. Like they do Valentine's Day events. They just did a ff16 crossover event. It's got some mount actually. I can show you the mount too. But they got us mount. But like yeah, there are definitely events. If you want to come back for an event, cool, do that. But at the end of the day, like, the game's always gonna be there. Like it's not gonna be there. So yeah, just enjoy other games like I do. I very much like to do that. If you want to be free to play, just to try the game, do that because that way you can enjoy the game, see if you like it enough to actually buy a sub. I believe it's up to level 60, so you can, like I said, you can play to level 60, play up the expansions to level 60, enjoy all the jobs that you can get to level 60 essentially, which is a few other expansion jobs. Again, you won't have access to other like you're not gonna have access to Machinist, you're not gonna have access to Dark Mage or Dark Knight essentially until you get to that expansion. But again, it's still gonna have fun. Like you're still, well, I hope you're gonna have fun. I can't really say you're still gonna have fun. I hope you're gonna have fun with the game. I'm not gonna advertise for the game. Don't really care. Don't really care. Like I said, I'm not remotely. It's so dark in this game right now because of the rain. And also it's nighttime. Also, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Amazing. Adorable. Yeah, that's really gonna be it for me. It was a short video. How much? It's 24 minutes. I feel like most of my videos are like 24 minutes. I'm not really saying much. But yeah, that's really gonna be it. I don't really know. Like I said, I didn't know what the next video is. Usually, I just come up with an idea. This is my first time doing a video without my noise gate on because usually I stream with my noise gate on because there's always some type of noise coming out. I'll check the audio when I'm editing, so if it actually sounds cleaner than it usually does, I'll probably just turn off my noise gate just for YouTube to see if it actually sounds good. But we'll see. Like I said, that's gonna be my time though. I'm gonna give you the same kind of ending that I give Twitch. That's gonna be my time. My name's Oni the Incubus, and I'll see you peeps again next week with another video. What's the video going to be about? I don't know. Probably not Genshin. Probably a game I played. I actually was going to talk about a different game. Because I just beat Portal. Like, I literally just beat Portal. So I'll probably talk about Portal 1 and 2 and how I felt about the game. Because I still have it down. Do I still have it down? I might have deleted it. No, I deleted it. I'll talk about it, though, while another game is in the background. But, like, yeah. I hope you all have a good rest of your day and also the rest of your week. I'm going to have to... I can't even say rest of your week because it's going to drop on Sunday. But, yeah, I really hope you have a great week. Alright? I love you all. Alright? That is all. And I bid adieu. Bye bye. Moi.